"You don't deserve this house," my sister said in court. Then the judge reached for a sealed 12-page report. "My name is Emily Carter. I'm 34 years old and I work as a medical billing specialist. It's not a glamorous job. I track codes, process claims, and make sure every number lines up perfectly. I've done it for years. It pays the bills, and it taught me something most people overlook. Documentation is everything. I grew up in a family where my sister, Rachel, was always the one who got the applause. Every award, every compliment, every hopeful glance at the dinner table, that was hers. I was the quiet one, the responsible one. I helped my parents with rent twice when things got tight. I never asked for anything back. Last spring, after 7 years of saving, I bought a modest home for $320,000. No family money, no loans from relatives, just me, my paychecks, and a spreadsheet I updated every single week. When I told my family, nobody celebrated. My mother said, "Oh, that's nice." My father nodded. Rachel said nothing at all. I wasn't rich or glamorous, but I had something none of them expected, and I didn't know yet just how much that would matter. If you've ever worked quietly while others took the credit, subscribe and share your story below. I see you. Let's prove them wrong together. Don't forget to click hype. The housewarming dinner was supposed to be small and simple. I cooked, I cleaned, I set the table with the plates I'd bought myself. Rachel arrived 40 minutes late. She walked through the front door, looked around slowly, and said, "It's smaller than I pictured." I let it go. During dinner, she pushed her fork around her plate and said, almost casually, "This place should have been mine. You just got lucky." My parents said nothing. The silence was its own kind of answer. I went to bed that night telling myself to move on. 1 week later, a legal notice arrived at my door. Rachel was challenging ownership of the property. The claim stated the house was a family-supported asset because of financial assistance I had allegedly received over the years. I stood in my kitchen holding that envelope, and my hands were completely still. Not because I wasn't hurt, because I had learned a long time ago that panic doesn't protect you. The first court date arrived fast. I walked in and saw my parents sitting on Rachel's side of the room. Rachel looked at me and said, "You know you can't prove it's yours alone." The judge announced he was reviewing submitted documents. I sat down and waited. The next session was worse. My parents took turns testifying that I had always needed help, that I was never truly independent. My father described a $200 loan from 8 years ago as though it were a down payment. Rachel built on every word, stretching small favors into a story of full financial dependence. Then came the WhatsApp messages, family screenshots, cropped and reordered, designed to make me look ungrateful and unstable. Rachel glanced at me from across the room and whispered, "Just give up, Emily." I didn't respond, but something shifted in me. Not anger, something colder, more focused. Then came the claim I hadn't expected. Rachel told the court there had been a verbal agreement, that when I bought the house, she and I had discussed sharing it, that I had promised her a stake. I felt my jaw tighten. I thought about every year I had been overlooked, every time I had been the responsible one while she was handed the praise. They had planned this, not for weeks, for months. I steadied my breath, straightened my back, and began quietly correcting the record. The judge started writing more notes. He was paying attention to the gaps.
What they didn't know was I had kept everything. My job trained me to do it. In medical billing, one missing record can unravel an entire claim. So I never deleted a bank transfer. I never threw away a receipt. I had a folder on my laptop labeled House, Full History, that contained every payment, every email, and every time-stamped transaction from the first deposit to the final closing cost. I had never trusted verbal promises, not after years of being the one who remembered conversations differently than everyone else. I wasn't as unprepared as they thought. There was one more person who helped me. An older family lawyer named Mr. Hale, who had handled my grandparents' estate years earlier. He'd reached out quietly after seeing the case filing, telling me he'd recognized the family name. Over coffee, he said, "This isn't the first time this pattern has shown up in your family's financial history." He helped me organize everything into a formal report, clean, numbered, 12 pages long. While he worked, Rachel was growing louder outside the courtroom. I heard she joked to someone in the hallway she should start packing. My parents stopped making eye contact with me entirely. Mr. Hale looked at me the morning of the final hearing and said, "Let them talk. We'll let the truth speak." The final session began with the judge announcing he had completed his review of the submitted report. The room went quiet. The document laid out the complete payment history, every bank transfer I made, every mortgage statement, every email thread. One email, sent by Rachel 2 years earlier, said plainly that she couldn't afford to buy property and didn't want the financial pressure. The judge read sections aloud. Rachel's posture changed. She tried to interrupt twice. The judge looked at her both times and said nothing. He simply continued reading. When he reached the section disproving the verbal agreement claim, Rachel said, "That's not the full story." The judge looked up. "The documents," he said, "tell a very clear one." The room held its breath. My parents' statements had directly contradicted 3 separate dated records. The judge noted the inconsistencies without drama, the way someone does when the conclusion is already obvious. I sat still. No tears, no triumph, just the quiet relief of a person who had done the work and let it speak. The case ended the way truth usually does, not with a dramatic speech, but with paperwork and finality. Rachel lost. No one in my family apologized. They simply stopped calling. Rachel, who had smirked through 3 court sessions, left without a word. My parents avoided the parking lot until I was gone. I drove home alone, unlocked my front door, and stood in the hallway for a long moment. I thought about what I had learned, not just in court, but in all the years before it. I didn't win because I fought harder. I won because I finally stopped trusting words over truth. The house is mine. It always was. And now I know that the most powerful thing I ever did wasn't buying it. It was quietly keeping every single receipt along the way. If your family ever tried to twist money or take what you worked for, you know exactly how that feels. Subscribe and share your story below. Click hype to help this reach others who faced financial betrayal. Did this story hit home? Let me know by liking the video and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Click hype to help this story find others who felt the same way. Your support makes a huge difference.